What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Gonna talk about a TMC video of Andy Ruiz. He's talking about the rematch with Anthony Joshua. He says in the interview with TMZ, he says he is the A side, and he say the fight's gonna either be in Mexico or the USA. He say some of the venues that he's looking at are New York, Las Vegas. But he say he's not going to fight in the UK. He say he is the A side and basically saying I am the big baller shot caller. That's basically what Andy Ruiz is saying, man. They asked him what he got any words for Anthony Joshua. He says, "What's up, brother?" He said, "I know you're training and so am I." So, you know, a lot of people have been seeing him on the entertainment circuit doing a lot of doing talk shows and going to Mexico, and they having big parades in his hometown of California, right outside of LA. He's doing a lot of stuff, man. You seen him in a lot of different areas, man, celebrating his win over Anthony Joshua. So we'll see what happens, man. But again, Andy Ruiz says he's the A-side, man. So, you know, you've been hearing, all you've been hearing as far as the rematch goes is you've been hearing Eddie Hearn basically saying that they're looking at Madison Square Garden in New York or Cardiff in the UK. So he's looking at those two places to have the fight. But according to Andy Ruiz, the new unified heavyweight champion, he's saying, no, it's not going to be in the UK. He's not fighting in the UK, and he's basically saying, look, we're the A side. I'm the champion. I'm gonna dictate where the fight's gonna be. So all this stuff Eddie Hearn's basically saying, he's basically saying it's smoke and mirrors. That's basically what he's saying. So we'll see what happens, man. But Andy Ruiz has thrown down the gauntlet, man. He's saying, look, I am who I say I am. I'm the champion, and I call the shots. And he say the fight's gonna be in Mexico or the USA. He say he's not going to the UK. He say, why should he? He's the champion. So I don't know what the rematch clause entail. That's the $64,000 question as far as actually who calls the shots on the rematch clause, who dictates where the fight takes place, and how much money is going to go to the champion and how much money is going to go to the challenger, and in this case Anthony Joshua, and how much will Andy Ruiz make. So all that we don't know. That's a big mystery. We don't know. We just heard Eddie Hearn basically come out here and basically say, look, we're still in control of the situation, and the fight's going to take place where we say it's going to take place. We got control of the rematch clause. But Andy Ruiz, I think he was at the ESPY Awards on the red carpet, and he basically said, no, it don't work like that, son. I'm the big baller and the shot caller. I call all the shots. You just sit back and let me make the decision, because you're not in control of anything. Basically, is what Andy Ruiz said. So we're gonna see what happens, man. But all I know is, man, everybody expected the announcement to already be made by now. So obviously something is holding it up, and that's maybe Andy Ruiz is basically saying, hold on, you sitting up here saying, okay, you got pretty much it narrowed down to two different places, MSG, New York, or Cardiff in in the UK. You basically saying this and saying that. No, I might want this fight in Mexico, or I might want this fight in Las Vegas. How you gonna dictate the terms when you're not the champion anymore? So we don't know, man. Al Heyman doesn't come out and do any interviews or make any statements. So we really haven't heard from anybody as far as we really heard of anybody else. Really anybody that's basically going to negotiate the rematch. We haven't heard from anybody outside of Eddie Hearn. Basically, Eddie Hearn is the only one that's come out and said, and people have put that question to Eddie Hearn and asked him, say, hey, are you guys dictating the terms as far as the rematch clause, or are you the one that's gonna say where the fight's gonna be at and where it's gonna take place at and what date? And Eddie Hearn never directly answered that question. If you notice, he just says, look here, I'm not gonna get into all that. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm not going to let you guys know exactly what's actually in the rematch clause. And that's basically what he just leaves it at that. So, if Eddie Hearn is a guy that he's a boastful guy. He likes to talk. He's not a shy guy. So if he's in control of the situation, he let everybody know in the Deontay Wilder negotiation that him and AJ were in control. And Deontay Wilder would have to basically take what they gave him. So now all of a sudden he don't want to get into all that. He's saying he don't want to get into all that. So that kind of makes me think that maybe it's not 100% their way as far as the rematch clause. They don't have total authority of where the fight takes place. They can't make Andy come to the UK and fight Anthony Joshua in a rematch. They can't dictate to Andy where the fight takes place. It's, you know, I don't know if it's a collaboration or maybe both guys got both teams have a say in the situation, or maybe Andy and his team have control of the situation, or maybe Eddie and his team have control of the situation. We don't know. We just heard Eddie talking about different, talking about different venues and different dates and places like that. Now he came out, I think yesterday, said that the reason why that's delayed because he said other sites have came in with last minute offers. And I think that's basically smoke and mirrors. Like I said, you heard what Andy Ruiz said. He said, you know, it's going to either be in Mexico or the U.S. The fight is not taking place in the U.K. So somebody is lying. Somebody is not being truthful. I don't know who it is. You know, we've got a whole history with Eddie Hearn of him being, the master of smoke and mirrors. You know, basically lying. So he's got a history of that. So Andy Ruiz hasn't shown that to us or to the fans that he'll say one thing and it really is the other way. He hasn't shown that. So I'm gonna tend to lean with Andy Ruiz and believe that they have a say. If they don't have total authority, they have a strong say in where this fight take place and on what date and how much that each fighter is gonna make. So we'll see what happens, man. But that's just my 2 cents in on it, man. I'm gonna get ready to fix a late breakfast, man. I got a late start today, man, for fixing me some toast, summer sausage, eggs and grits, man. That's how we do it down south here in H-Town, baby Bubba. I'm gonna eat that, man, and just giving you guys this quick nugget, man, on the Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua's rematch. And we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, man, with some more news come in on that front. Find out. Hopefully they'll finalize that and let the boxing public know, man, when and where that fight takes place. We'll see what happens. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.